Ronald, and today my topic is going to be social medias have negative effects. My major claim is social medias have negative effects on students of all ages. Students spend way too much time on social media websites creating problems with their learning abilities as well as the ability to socialize. Alright, my first claim is social medias have negative effects on students in schools. My second claim is social medias causes isolation from outside societies. And my last claim is social medias causes internet addiction. My first claim is that social medias negatively affects students in schools. An educational psychologist, Karen Cullen, states that if children are spending hours at night on social media, it is perfectly feasible that teachers will see negative effects, negative results of poor concentration, excessive tiredness, and lack of engagement in learning in schools. Another thing is that another report states that when the children that receive the poorest grades tend to be on social media websites such as Facebook. It also distracts students from studies. Studies have found that students have checked Facebook at least once during a 15-minute study period achieved lower grades. Also, researchers found that in a study of 1,000 Victorian middle school students, 93.4% of students were using Facebook and updated their profile at least once a day, if not more. I also found this true as a personal experience, is that when I distanced myself away from the internet, away from my phone, I stopped using these social media websites, and I just focused on my studies, and therefore I got an A in one of my quizzes in one of my classes last week. Students, they tend to use slang language and not the correct grammar, or they use like the wrong way of spelling, like no, K-N-O-E, or K-N-O instead of K-N-O-W. And like professors, teachers, like they see this and they're wondering, where are these kids getting this language from? Social media causes isolation from outside society. Students tend to spend the majority of their time on social media websites instead of going out. Karen Cullen, an educational psychologist, said, the time invested in social media versus real-life interpersonal interactions can detract from that available for real human contact and contribute to delay and or distort social and emotional development. That's a very confusing statement. But in short, it's pretty much when you don't interact with people face-to-face on a daily basis, you lose that social aspect. You start staying on the internet, you start saying hi to people on Facebook chat or whatever. You're just constantly talking to them on the internet, but you're not talking to them in person and creating an actual personal relationship. Also, what I also noticed that Toyota has actually made a commercial about Facebook and about parents, stating that their kid is young, living in a city, but are always on Facebook, looking up what's the next photo that their friend's posting, Facebook statuses, what's on the next wall post, while their parents is in this car going out on adventures and having fun. This commercial is basically stating that this younger generation that we have is surrounded by social media websites. And also, the overuse of social media websites has a negative effect on students. It can potentially cause anxiety attacks, depression, antisocial behaviors, mania, narcissistic tendencies, and aggressive tendencies because you're not interacting with people. Social media causes internet addiction. Students have a hard time keeping away from social media websites. Like right now, like if you're not on your laptop, your iPad, what are you doing? Like, are you looking at Facebook right now, or are you actually like typing down notes and actually seeing what the professor has to offer? A retrovert gadgetology study shows that 48% of those polled say that they update Facebook or Twitter during the night or as soon as they wake up. And 19% of people under the age of 25 say they update Facebook or Twitter anytime they happen to wake up during the night. 11% over the age of 25 say they do the same thing. The study also noted that 42% check Facebook or Twitter the first thing in the morning, with 28% of iPhone users saying that they do it before they even get out of bed. Now, I'm not going to lie, today, it was the first thing I thought of, I need to check Facebook, and I was going on my phone, I was like, wait, I'm going to stop myself and try to ease away from that track. It also has the same addictive effect as gambling. We tend to send a Facebook status update hoping to get sympathy or comments or likes or whatever. And it's the same thing with gamblers. Gamblers tend to put money out and they hope to win money back in. Also, in my conclusion, social medias have negative effects on students of all ages, and it's currently making our society worse and worse. But I actually have a question for you. Challenge yourself and see how you would do or how you would live your life if you didn't have Facebook, Twitter, or any of these social media websites. Thank you.
All right, it was a little confusing at the beginning because you repeat the claim twice. The second time it seems to be focusing on students, and then you have a separate set of preview claims. They're all labeled pretty clearly, but I just thought that was a little bit awkward. When you watch it back, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. On the other hand, your internal labeling is also very solid. I thought you had some good statistical information on the frequency with which people use Facebook. What we're missing is the data that goes along that says that there is a concomitant reduction in social interactions outside or face-to-face. It seems to be largely assumed that that's true, that there's a trade-off between these two things. And you have an authority that you quote a couple times that says that's a possibility, but we don't have anything that either gives us those, quantifies that. We've got some hypothetical examples, your own personal experience, and the TV commercial as a way of illustrating that point. But other than that, we don't have any real data on that part. So I think that that's a little bit problematic. You did a good job citing your sources for the most part. The other thing that's really strong about the speech is I think you have an excellent way of talking to the audience. You're very direct and engaged. You know what your argument is, and you're summarizing constantly for everybody. All right. Thank you.